3. Hi, and welcome to the 10-10-Diverse Show, episode 63. Today we've got between 10 and 12 artists. We're going to feature one song quickly from everyone, find out the reason why they wrote the song, get a little review, and then, as I always do, I will promote that song for the rest of my life a million ways that people don't even know about. Our first guest this evening is from Pennsylvania. She's called Randie O'Neill. Her song's got 620,000 hits on this YouTube track from 1 year ago. Could you introduce yourself? Who is Randie O'Neill and what's the story behind your song, Queen of the Barstool Two-Step?
Oh, okay. I'm Randie O'Neill. I'm an indie artist out of United States, but I have lots of friends around the world. And I've promoted internationally. And this song just seems to have like a life of its own. And it seems to resonate with a lot of people. And it started out as COVID hit. I got dumped. And I'm like, well, what do people do when they get dumped? They get dressed up, they put on their best jeans and they go out. And we couldn't do that anymore. So I'm like, well, Queen of the Barstool Two-Step, you go out and you pretend you're okay and having a time of your life on the town when you really are hurting. And that's really what the song is about.
Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. And if you're not yet acquainted with Randie's music, she's awesome. Randie O'Neill with Queen of the Barstool Two-Step. It's the most popular track on the show today so far, ladies and gents. So, and
Lipstick on, you know what that
Absolutely wonderful track. 620,000 views. Well done, honestly. Randie O'Neill.
And it's won 2 awards so far. It's won World Songwriting Award and International Singer-Songwriter Association Video of the Year.
Honestly, I can't say enough about it. It's absolutely wonderful. Honestly, Randie, amazing. Kimbo, you're my reviewer today, and Roshan, you're up next, so you can say something while I load up the NuAsia track. So Kimbo, then Roshan, would you like to say something to Randie? You have to unmute yourself, Roshan. You're muted.
Thank you. Oh, I love the tune. I love that middle of the road vibe on that. So catchy. I think it kind of rings in your head. Always love tracks in that mode. It puts you in even though the message might be a little tough, it puts you in a really good place of understanding the song. So loved it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well said, Roshan. Kimbo?
I'll tell you what, she gets a lot of points for drinking out of that Yangling bottle, you know.
I don't like beer, and I actually didn't drink. So.
Well, I lived in Pottsville, like right near the brewery, so that's why I say.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, your music is great. It's eclectic, but I compare kind of to Patty Griffin, and maybe also, yeah, seriously. And then also throw in, you know, maybe a little Natalie Merchant, okay? Yeah. So those are 2 artists that I absolutely respect and love. And frankly, I love that music. Good job, well done. I like the fact you had some chorus there towards the end to, you know, kind of complete it and tie it up. So good stuff, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Said. Well said. So just at the end of your section, and same for everybody, how does anyone find you, Randie? Do you have a website, or, you know, plug anything if anyone wanted to contact you for any reason?
Yeah, find me at randieoneil.com, Randie's IE, or you'll get a baseball player. And I have a fan page on Facebook called the Lost But Not Broken group. They're right there. So I live stream once a week. I really love connecting with my fans. It's the best part of my week. So, you know, we'll figure it out if you're international, but I stream consistently throughout the week. So find me and join me.
We will, honestly. Randie O'Neill, until the next time, dear, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest today. So from Pennsylvania over to LA, California. If Roshan is here, he's not on camera at the moment. We'll give him hey, brother. A return to the show for NuAsia, represented by one of the 6 members of the band, Roshan. Introduce yourself. Who are NuAsia, and what's the story behind your song, This Country of Mine?
Oh, This Country of Mine. Yeah, okay. So we're an all-Asian country band. We have a modern pop country sound. We did play a track a couple of weeks back, a very dramatic track called Quiet Violence, which is doing really well on the streaming platforms. I think within 5 weeks, we have over 50,000 streams. And we're starting to get a following. So this track is, we're all Asian, but we do have different thinking about this country. And we're none of us are radical. We are down the center, but maybe a little bit left, a little bit right. So this song we decided to release because a couple of people that are interested in us wanted to hear our up-tempo vibe. So we thought, because it's the month of Independence Day and Labor Day and Patriot Day coming up, that we would put out this song. And this song is not a sugar-coated song about America. There's a line in the song that says there's hate in all these spaces, but there is love in this town. So that phrase itself should tell you what this song is all about. And hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Oh, it's a wonderful track, just like everything you do are. NuAsia with This Country of Mine. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
get you. I will walk you home. If you're hungry, I will feed you. Stay unbroken, no you're not alone. I will never leave you in the cold. Just do what my mama always told me. I will never let you down. If you're lost, so you'll be found. No shade in all these spaces, but there's love in this town. And I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, America, America. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, in this country of mine. Everybody find a partner. If you drink, raise your cup. Tell them you love them, it'll always be enough. Bad days are always coming. When they do, it's just your luck. 'Cause that's when you find the people that will lift you up. You up, you up, you up, you up. 'Cause I will never leave you in the cold. Just do what my mama always told me. I will never let you down. If you're lost, so you'll be found. No shade in all these spaces, but there's love in this town. And I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, America, America. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, in this country of mine, in this country of mine. I'm needing a shoulder to cry on, but you stay till I sleep with the lights on. Where you go? I will never let you down. If you're lost, so you'll be found. No shade in all these spaces, but there's love in this town. And I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it, I'll find it. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, America, America. In this country of mine, in this country of mine, in this country of mine, America, America.
NuAsia, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wonderful. I just wish you had a video for it, Roshan, but what a brilliant track. What a brilliant track. Let's go Kimbo, then our next guest, Greenbeard. So Whitebeard, then Greenbeard. But for your comments here, please.
Well, personally, growing up in the late 60s and 70s, I appreciate lyrics. And I thought the lyrics were very poignant, important, but, they didn't drag you down. They were delivered in a palatable way. I mean, the vocals were awesome, okay? The music was light, airy. So the message was delivered. And I think it's just important that's kind of the way music should be. I mean, you carry the lyrics, let the song carry them for you. And certainly, they did that. I like it very much. There was, like she said, it was a little bit of pop country, and I'm sure it could either go onto a country station or, on adult contemporary. I mean, easily, either of them or both. So great job.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing well. We're on, I think this track is on 600 playlists now on Spotify. Quiet Violence is on 1600 playlists. So as a band, we're doing really well. We also, between the two, on my plate next week, we redid Islands in the Stream with a completely kept the melody together but redid the instrumental. So all three songs are really doing well right now. But this song was very special to us, and we wanted to make to just like Kimbo said, is to get a message that we can't let some of the challenges define this country or any country. and that's why just the America is only in one spot. And like I said on many publications, I'm willing to have any country, any artist use this song and replace the America part, and we purposely produced it so that it can be used by any country. And for us, we wanted to send that message that politicians trying to define countries by the challenges, but that's just a challenge that we need to overcome. The country itself is solid, and we have a lot of love in the country. So hopefully we accomplish that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Steve Andrews, you're the next guest. What was your thoughts on that wonderful track, man?
Well, I put in the chat that first of all, the vocals, your singer, is absolutely fantastic. It just really carries the whole song, no problem at all, amazing. And also, I really like the beat. I think the beat was really good with it. The production was just top class. And I agreed with what Kimbo was saying. And also, I thought it was like really radio friendly. I would say it just had, the lyrics are really interesting, but, because of the way it's presented, it's suitable for any kind of radio. It just comes over. The other thing I wanted to say was, you're talking about countries, that like I personally see that all the countries all around the world, we've all got the same problems, so it doesn't really matter what country you're in. And like you said, you could just change the name of the country for the song, because that's how it is. We've all got the same problems. We all share the planet. We should all be doing what we can. And, all this division is just a nonsense, basically. So that was my thoughts on it. Fantastic song.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. On you go, Rashan. You go.
Yeah, so you can find us at NuAsiaCountry.com and all social media at NuAsia Country, and on all the streaming platforms. We do come out as the band name, which is NuAsia. And thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you for joining the family. This is now your home. You come here and we bring all your tracks, past, present, and future. That's the name of the game. NuAsia from over in California, Rashan. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Cheers. From California over to Portugal, and I got a message from my mum today saying, "We hear that Portugal's on fire. Do you think Greenbeard's okay?" I'm like, "I'm sure Steve will make sure he's okay. That man's not stupid. He'll get out in the sea in a boat or something." So my mum was worried about you actually today. So she was, Steve. But who is Steve Andrews as an artist? And tell me the story behind your song. Where does all the plastic go?
Well, first of all, thank you, Sparky's mum for thinking about me with that. And we have had some really serious fires over here and very serious heat. But actually, where I live is okay. So. But my song and who am I? I'm Steve Andrews. I'm also known as the Bard of Ely. I'm from Cardiff originally. I'm an author and an activist as well as a singer-songwriter. And when I thought about, if I think about taking action, being an activist, one thing I thought I can do is I can write songs. So that's what I'm doing. And the subject of this song is plastic pollution, which is, like I was just saying about, the NuAsia song, we have the same problems all around the world, and like everybody around the world can do what they can relate to, everybody else's problems. And so I wrote this song, Where Does All the Plastic Go? And that's it. Sparky, take it away with Where Does All the Plastic Go? Thank you.
You got it, brother. Enjoy. One love.
Plastic plants, what about real plants? I saw the fake ones at the store. People must want them, people must buy them. I don't want to see anymore. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? It's not hunting that'll kill the last whale. Plastic will do it, it's a very sad tale. And all the albatrosses are dying out too. They keep on fishing in the oceans. Plastic stew. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Plastic bag I bought, it very quickly broke. If it ever gets burned, there'll be poisonous smoke. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Plastic kills the turtles and it's eaten by the fish. Plastic's in the food chain and the dinner on your dish. Where does all the plastic go? Into the sea, into the sea. How does it get there? Who threw it away? Was it you or was it me? Was it you or was it me? Was it you or was it me?
Short and sweet, Steve Andrews, Bard the Eli, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know Steve yet, Google Steve Andrews, Britain's Got Talent, and you'll get a little gist of who he is. He was on Britain's Got Talent, and he got every female in the crowd up on the stage and stuff like this. He's a character. I love him to bits, man. Kimbo, you're the commenter, you're the reviewer this evening, and Glen, you're the next guest. So Kimbo, then Glen, what would you like to say about that song while I load up Mr. Hofbauer's track?
I really enjoyed the song. It again is so poignant and important now. Living in Florida, where sea turtles are born very close to where we live, you know, plastic in the ocean is toxic to them, and you know, they're constantly, volunteers are going in and pulling plastic off of them, just so they're able to function normally. So it is a big problem, and like you said, it's a problem worldwide. I really like the way the music went, of course, and I could almost see like a Michael Moore documentary or Ken Burns about, you know, pollution, and that song being right there. I mean, on the show. I mean, that's exactly what came to mind, and the video was cool too. I mean, you know, you see all the plastic floating down the stream, and you're going, oh my God, where did it come from? Did I throw it out accidentally? Did I not recycle? I mean, you know, and you got to be careful because it's just so easy to throw something away and not even think about maybe what's going to happen down the road. So thank you very much. Good job.
Well said.
Thank
Sorry,
you so
Steve.
much, Kimbo. Thank you. And yeah, everything you said, you know, is spot on with what I'm trying to express. And yeah, I'm very aware of the turtles. They're born in plastic. They end up eating plastic and they get caught in plastic. It shouldn't be like that. And that is how I often think. I just think, how should things be? Well, it shouldn't be like that. So yeah, thank you.
Hey, if anybody's going to help change that, I mean, like, you're the front runner for it, dude. I mean, who else has wrote songs about plastic pollution? Zero people. That's who. And it's great.
Sorry.
No, bro, it's all right. Mr. Hofbauer, another regular family member here. He's just back. He's come back from a couple of months. He was holidaying or something. Glen, what was your thoughts on that beautiful track?
Yeah, what a serious message and a great way to convey the message, Steve. So, yeah, I just thought the delivery was spot on, and you know, it's a serious problem and a serious topic, and you found another way to address it, and that is through music. You know, the common language of music. So, well done, Steve. Very well done.
Thank you, Glen.
Well said, dude. Well said. Steve, how does everyone find you? I know what you're going to say. He's going to hold up a bit of paper and it says steveandrews.info on it. He's the man. Check him out there. Honestly, one of the most supportive people you'll ever meet as well. Steve Andrews, until the next time. Thank you very much. And we've got some visitors in the house here. This is little Rhiannon here. She's my wee friend here. She's come up to be nosy. So our next guest in Chicago, Glen Hofbauer, introduce yourself as an artist and what's the story behind your song, Burn It Down?
Yeah, Glen Hofbauer, independent artist. Been putting music out for the last 3 years. So I've got the 6 albums of original material out. I grew up not far from Chicago, as you mentioned, recently moved back to get closer to family. But I had this, I had this riff, and I'm a bit of a history buff too. And so I was reading about the Great Chicago Fire from 1893, and it just seemed to be something that I could craft into the song. So this is about the Great Chicago Fire that destroyed virtually all of the city back in the late 1800s. So I call it my rock doc.
There seems to be the Great Fire of every big city round about then. I don't really know what's been going on, but without further ado, Glen Hofbauer with his marvelous track, Burn It Down. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
My name is Jeremiah, I run a dry goods store. Was my daddy's place before that bloody Civil War. It's October in Chicago, this year's been so damn dry. A fire's been reported almost every night. But I heard tonight is different when people stampede by. Shouting fires jump the river with fear in their eyes. Desperation takes the crowd. Red Rider's on his way. I hear somebody screaming, it's Judgment Day. Red Rider's raging, and I can hear him say, burn it down, all the churches, burn it down, every street, burn it down, all the houses, burn it down, every dream, burn it down, all the bridges, burn it down, all that stands, burn it down, all the righteous, burn it down, all the damned. Till all his ashes on the ground, burn it down. We crowd along the lake shore, I run in and turn around. It must be Armageddon, whole damn world is burning down. Tornadoes of fire, at least a mile high. Embers raining down, fires falling from the sky. He roars like 100 cannons, explosions shake the earth. But there's a mesmerizing beauty as I watch my city burn. When the hot blast approaches, we dive in through the waves. Rich and poor are praying, we see another day. Red Rider's raging, and I can hear him say, burn it down, all the churches, burn it down, every street, burn it down, all the houses, burn it down, every dream, burn it down, all the bridges, burn it down, all that stands, burn it down, all the righteous, burn it down, all the damned, till all his ashes on the ground, burn it down. Rider ran and checked for nearly 2 long days, devoured all he could before it finally rained. But while he raged, as Red Rider raged, I could hear him say, burn it down, all the churches, burn it down, every street, burn it down, all the houses, burn it down, every dream, burn it down, all the bridges, burn it down, all that stands, burn it down, all the righteous, burn it down, all the damned, till all his ashes on the ground, burn it down. Yeah, burn it down. Oh, yeah, 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 burn it down.
Absolutely wonderful. Amazing, Glen. Great track. Kimbo.
Thank you, Mark.
Then our next guest this time, our next guest is Peter. So Kimbo, then Peter, if you'd like to say something, I'll load up Peter's track. Thank you.
It's funny because, you know, we all kind of have heard, at least in the United States, about the Great Chicago Fire. But you really brought it to life. You're a wonderful storyteller, okay? Number one, and along with the video with the old artwork of the fire, I mean, it really hits hard. You know, your kin losing their store, all the hard work that went into creating a life, and all of a sudden the fire just eats it and it's gone. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Great message. You know, fire is everybody's enemy, you know? So I really appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, that wailing lead guitar was perfect. I mean, it really put an exclamation point on everything you said. So I loved it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What a nice
well
song.
said, Kimbo. Yeah, Peter, take the mic, brother. Thank you, sorry.
What a nice song, Glen. I love the whole chord structure, and being a guitarist myself, of course, I enjoyed very much that those lead breaks. But the whole storytelling, it's really engaging, and I loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you.
Well said, man. So, Glen, how does anyone find you? Do you have a website or any social medias that you want to promote here?
Yeah, both Glen Hofbauer, GlenHofbauer.com. I also have a public Facebook page, and obviously I have a YouTube channel. So I'd love to hear from anybody.
Hey,
and thanks, Mark, for
world-class
for doing the show.
Thank you for coming. This is your home as well, Glen Hofbauer. Until the next time, thank you very much. So from Chicago over to South Africa, another one of my co-hosts on my shows, Peter Twisson, Love You to Bits. Introduce yourself. Who is Fourth Son South, and what's the story behind your song, Power to the People?
All right. First of all, thank goodness I've never heard of the Great Fire of Pretoria, even though it may have been there. So I have a band, Fourth Son South. I started it in 2020, just before the pandemic started. We recorded an EP, and whilst in lockdown, recorded an album, and kept on going. We've grown out to a 5-piece, although this song is slightly older. Here we are still a 4-piece, and I do all the vocals. Power to the People. Yeah, it's a bit, you might say it's a bit of a protest song. It's a bit about how we, normal people, are caught in our lives that are seemingly predestined by the powers that be. Meanwhile, South Africa has got a bit of a power crisis, and now I'm talking about electrical power. A lot of people suffer from a couple of hours a day of no electricity. Thank goodness I'm spared from that. So when we play this song, it has taken a whole different meaning with power to the people. But yeah, it's not been a single. It's a song is from like 1.5 years ago. But I love the song, and it's a staple on our set.
Hey, Peter, everything you do is wonderful, man. Your band's incredible. Fourth Son South with Power to the People. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Run that.
The closing door leaves no escape, and the bonds are too tight. The open road is just a dream, freedom only at night. Colors of the rainbow changing in your face, whispers of a future
waiting there in space. Power to the people. She said, let them eat cake. Power to the people. He said, the news that you're watching is fake. A spider web that keeps you in place. A doll without a voice. Time designed behind a desk. You never had a choice. Colors of the rainbow changing in your face. Whispers of a future waiting there in space. Power to the people. She said, let them be cake. Power to the people. He said, the news that you're watching is fake. If there was another way, if you could, what would you say? Colors of the rainbow changing in your face. Whispers of a future waiting there in space. Power to the people. She said, let them eat cake. Power to the people. He said, the news that you're watching is fake. Power to the people. Let them be cake. Power to the people. I think you made a big mistake.
Peter, that was a brilliant track. I just think that the quality of the MP3 upload is very quiet. I couldn't turn it up any louder than that was there. It seemed to be quieter than the other show. But hey, what a wonderful track. Well heard it anyway, dude. It just wasn't as booming loud, you know. So Kimbo, what you got to say about Peter's track? And Charlie, you're the next guest. So Kimbo, then Charlie, if you'd like to say something to Peter, I'll load up Charlie's track.
Yeah, that's definitely a song you need to, crank up to 11 because it's pretty strong. I love the power crunch guitar. Okay, great wailing lead, and the message harkens back 60 years to the 1960s. Power to the people. That was the whole mantra. So it's saying a lot. Seems like nothing much has changed. So the message is the same. That it's exactly what has to be and what's needed, but I really enjoyed that. The beat was hugely strong. I mean, I just thought it was great. So, I could bang ahead to that. That's good stuff.
Thank you, Kimbo. And for those who didn't hear it properly, it ended with
yeah.
Heard that. I thought it was great, man. The dynamics. You took it down, you brought it up, you had some harmonies, the vocals were really smooth. I'm supposed to be critiquing this, right? It's like, it's rock and roll, man. It's really good. And you need a bass player, so give me a call.
All right. Well, yeah, but we do have a bass player.
I know.
And yeah, songs must have dark and must have light. And as Steve Andrews said on the chat, yes, I know. There was the John Lennon song, Power to the People. That was not my starting point, even though probably the thought behind it was the same.
Yeah.
Well said, Kimber. Well said, Charlie. Peter, thanks for being a marvellous guest. How does anyone find you? Your website, fourthsunsouth.com, or what is it again?
No, we don't have a website. However, we are active on just about all the social medias, the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on YouTube. And you can find us Fourth Sun South. And there's only one.
Hey, there's only one, and there's only one Peter Twiss on with that radio voice. He's got the best voice for radio. Fourth Sun South, until the next time. Thank you very much, Peter. So from South Africa over to Florida for a debutant on the show, Charlie Jai Souza. Introduce yourself, Charlie. Who are you as an artist, and what's the story behind your song, Live Your Dream?
Oh, there's a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. You know, when you talked about growing up in the 60s and 70s, Kimbo. Well, you know, I haven't grown up yet, but, you know, we're starting back in the like early 60s. I always had, you know, a problem with my childhood. So I looked forward to my music lifting me up, and it did. And so the song, I proved to myself that, you know, regardless of your past, you can always make your future positive. So that's why I came up with You Can Live Your Dream, because, well, there's so many bands I've played with. I've went to LA with Tom Petty in 75, and in 74, I recorded with White Witch, and they had a song called Crystallize and Realize. And so to me, visualize and realize is the same thing. And so you just go from one spot in your life to the next if you have that positive live your dream attitude. So that's what this song is kind of about. There's a lot more that I could cram in there, but I was in California for 27 years, and I'm glad to be back in Florida. So I'm living my dream right now.
Yeah, back in, I don't want to put it in California, but back in one of the free states where, you know, you can kind of be freer, you know. If I lived in America, I'd like to live in Florida or Texas. I'll be honest, that's one of the places I would love to live. I don't really agree with the way the Democrats run things, but let's not talk politics. I might start a politics.
No.
One day. But Charlie, it's a pleasure to have you here. Honestly, I've been watching you for a while. Charlie Jai Souza with Live Your Dream. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
Yeah. Well, it's got to start.
Now you say that you climbed every mountain and you carried
Absolutely awesome. There's an extra 40 seconds there, but I think it's just a rundown of the track. World class, Charlie, just amazing. Mr. Beard, you're up next. So let's go Kimbo, as per on this show. Kimbo, then Redbeard, and I'll load up your song, Mark.
Charlie, I love it. As someone said, they got to go dig out the bell bottoms, because it's definitely got that 70s vibe to it, but it's really upbeat, positive.
Thank you, man.
I think adding the chorus girls was genius. I mean, it really does add a lot of oomph to it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's heavenly voices.
I'm sorry?
Heavenly voices.
Heavenly voices, exactly right.
Yeah.
It's funny because you mentioned Tom Petty. My wife was in Gainesville. She went to school there, and she met Tom Petty at a little venue when he was first starting out. So as soon as you said that, that came to mind. My brother-in-law still lives in Gainesville. Yeah,
that's when I met him too. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. It was nice and refreshing.
Yeah.
Tom Petty, when you say Tom Petty, for all of the people that are stupid out there and you don't know, Tom Petty's the main man in the Eagles. But yeah, the Eagles, that's who he mixes with, people like that. So we're in the presence of greatness again, aren't we? So, Mr. Redbeard, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Tom Petty was with the Heartbreakers. Tom, I watched a 3-hour film about him.
Maybe I'm making mistakes. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's called Running Down a Dream. I mean, much as I love his music, I didn't know that much about him. And he really stuck it to his record company. I mean, he really stood up for what he believed in. The song I Won't Back Down just about sums him up. Anyway, that's enough of him. Charlie, it's a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for bringing your music on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Man, it's a two-way street. That's a great song. It's got a 70s groove, but it's good music, and good music is timeless. So I love the way it flows. It just makes you feel good. It's just superb. So yeah, good work, fella. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Mark.
Well said, Redbeard. So, Charlie, how does anyone find you, dude? We've only got 4 more songs left, by the way. We've got Redbeard, Reime Schemes, Grymehead, and Kris Battilana. So we've only got 4 songs left. But Charlie, how does anyone find you? If you want to drop your website or any contact details.
Oh, that's right. I'm at charliesouza.com, CharlieSouza.com. I'm all over the Facebook, Charlie Souza Band LA and Charlie Souza Music on Facebook. Go to my website and there's like 900 links. So, I don't need to go through all of them, but charliesouza.com.
It's been a pleasure, man. Until the next time, you must come back here and make this a regular part. Honestly, dude. Charlie, Jason, one love. So, from Florida over to London. Another one of my right-hand men in this family, Mr. Mark Redbeard Storey. Introduce yourself, dude, and tell us, why did you cover the song Catfish Blues?
Yeah, hi, everyone. I'm Mark Storey, and I like nothing better than to lock myself in my studio and take all the different musical parts I've got in my head floating around and recording them. So I go down there and I write and produce and record my own stuff, play my own stuff. I categorize it as a kind of a dark voodoo blues. But every once in a while, when I'm not writing my own stuff, I like to do a cover. But I don't want to karaoke it. I don't want to do it exactly the same. I can't see the point. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying from my point of view, I like to maybe do it differently. So the song Catfish Blues, according to Google, was written by a guy called Robert Petway. And I think it was made famous first by Muddy Waters. And since then, I think every blues artist in the world has covered it, from Hendrix to Tony McPhee, Gary Moore. But I wanted to kind of give it a bit of light and shade. So this is my version of it, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll put the video together as well, so enjoy.
It's absolutely brilliant, Mark. You do everything yourself here, man. And I'd love to see you in like an Abbey Road studio or a Joey Stuckey studio and actually see what your music can become. You're absolutely brilliant. Do you know this man learned a Bruce Springsteen song with only 24 hours notice? Because he said for my birthday, what do you want me to sing? I'll play any track you say. If you can do one for Bruce Springsteen, you'll make me and my mum and dad happy. And he actually learned a Bruce Springsteen song and he didn't know any of them. Just for Sunday there. I love you to bits, Mark. Without further ado, if you've not been acquainted with Red Bear's music, let's hear it. It's a cover of Catfish Blues. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Well, I wish I was a catfish swimming in the deep blue sea. I'd have all you good-looking women fishing after me, fishing after me, fishing after me, yeah. I went down to my baby's house and I sat down on the step. She said, come on in now, what do you know? My husband just left. My husband just left. She said, my husband just left. Well, my mother told my father before I was born. She said, I got a boy child coming, you know. He's gonna be a rolling stone. A rolling stone. He's gonna be a rolling stone. A rolling stone, well, I believe my time ain't long. I said I believe my time ain't long. I'm gonna catch the first train smoking. Back on the road I'm going. Back on the road I'm going. Back on the road I'm going. Back on the road to ruin. Back on the road to ruin. Back on the road to ruin.
Mark, Red Bear story. As badass as they come, Mr. Red Bear. Love you to bits, man. So Kimbo, then our next guest, Kris Battilana. If you'd like to say something to Mark, I'll load up your song, Kris. So Kimbo, then Kris.
Yeah,
Excellent,
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, go right ahead, Kris.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Kris,
I
yeah.
must have heard that on. I really enjoyed that. That was sick. So, sorry, you go, man.
Oh, thanks, brother. Cheers. Yeah. It's funny, you know, because like I write stuff, but like that's a cover of a blues track and it's got more views and all the stuff I write. There you go. Maybe that's the way forward. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Glad you liked it.
Sorry, I interrupted there.
Oh,
No sweat, man. No sweat.
Kimbo, what was your thoughts on that? I know you've met Mark already and you are becoming
Oh,
good
yeah.
mates with that. What do you think of that?
I'll tell you what, I really love Mississippi mud blues. I mean, I really do. A fan of R.L. Burnside, the great one who passed away, Howlin' Wolf, of course. But I love the way your interpretation of the song. I mean, you're starting out with the acoustic, okay? And then all of a sudden it's like, pow, you blow in with the electric blues, you know? And then you go back and forth, and it's just totally cool and interesting to listen to. Plus, at the end, I really like the idea that you know, kind of overdub the vocals towards the end. That was really neat. So, I mean, hey, you know, that was a great cover. I'm sorry, maybe the best cover I've heard of it. So, take that for what it is.
Wow. Wow, that's a bit of a compliment. Thank you very much, Kimbo.
Honestly, Mark, I was going to say the same thing when you rhymed off all the people who's covered it before. I was going to say none of them's covered it like you have, bro. It's easy for people to sing this exact same song and cover stuff, but you totally make it your own. You do, don't you? So, hey, man, how does anybody find you, man? Mark Storey Music at YouTube, Facebook, you know, that Voodoo Doll, you've seen with his red beard. There's another couple of Mark Stories out there, but Mark Storey Music in general, look out for the big gorgeous beard and sometimes a Voodoo Doll. So you don't even need to do it now. Mark Storey, everybody here, legend. This is his show as well as it is Steve's. As well, these guys are my homies, Tuesday and Thursdays. Thank you. So from London over to Perth, Australia, another debutant on the show tonight, Kris Battilana. Introduce yourself, Kris. Who are you as an artist? And tell me the story behind your song, The Raven and the Robot.
Oh, yeah, Western Australia, The Raven and the Robot. Is it DayRise we're listening to?
Let me tell you, it's the one you sent in part 8, DayRise. Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry if I've said it wrong.
So there was a big bit of a concept there. So it's sort of like a bit of a fantastical journey through space, but it's the metaphor is the human DNA. But it's a bit of a highly metaphorical, but part 8, DayRise, is a conclusion of a small concept album. So there's a part 2 coming out actually next week. But for me, it's a rock song. I'm not good at classifying music. And it was heavily, because it's about the evolution of humans and DNA and where things might go. So I've used a lot of AI art in the concept around the album, and then I animated it and then made a whole story. So the videos, there's a collection of videos, and it sort of gives you lyrics, gives you the story, which is like a narration of what's going on, and it also gives a heap of art. So I don't really know how you classify it. I just call it a rock song off this album, because the album goes through a lot of metal, ambience, weird, a little bit of folk in there, I guess, as well. So I'm very, I can't stick to a sound because I'm sort of self-taught. So like Mark, he does all his own production and music. I think you were saying he makes all himself. I'm sort of similar. I just do it in my house, my bedroom. So that's this song. Yeah, sorry, man. I waffle a bit, but I hope you enjoy it.
It's a pleasure to have you here, even though it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's got to come on this show. And Kris, just so you know, this is the Diverse Show where we bring on like new, fresh faces. But for the family members, we do rock shows, we do blues shows, metal shows, for genre specific shows. So yeah, let's hear some of Kris Battilana with his wonderful track, DayRise, from the album The Robot, The Raven and the Robot. That's it. That was confusing for me. I'm sorry. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Confusing person.
One love, man.
Another DayRise.
Kris Battilana, 20 seconds to go there. I think it was just a rundown there. Fantastic, Kris. Honestly, dude. Thanks for getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come on the show as well, man. Hats off to you. So, Kimbo,
Well worth
this
it.
is your show
Thank
tonight as
you.
well. Kimbo, then our next guest, Reime Schemes. Kimbo, then Reime. If you'd like to say something, I'll load up Reime Schemes track next. Thank you.
Kris, man, I'll tell you, I gotta say, I love sci-fi. Cut my teeth on it. I love the video. I mean, I'm glad it was a lyric vid. I appreciate that. Also, you had kind of a mantra at the end, you know, where humans keep making mistakes after they know better, you know. So it's very poignant. At the same time, your vocals are kind of deep and dark, which will lend to the whole idea that, hey, you know, we're kind of in a mess. And if we don't clean our act up, you know, we don't know what's going on. Plus, I'm really happy about the Raven involved. I'm a big fan of Corvids, okay? So Ravens being the harbinger of, you know, fate and things, you know, lend to that mystery, you know, the mystical aspect of it. So I thought it was a pretty deep song. I mean, I really did. And well done with the music too. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well said, Kimbo. Raven, the smartest of all birds, apparently. So they are. Reime Schemes, what's your thoughts here, brother, before we get to your track?
Yeah, I definitely like the music. I kind of feel like I've been missing in the world because there's so much good music that was playing on the show. I'm just like impressed by real musicians. And that was another one that was a part of it, like real musicians playing music, very passionate. You know, it kind of motivates me as well, just watching that.
Well said, Mark. So, Kris, how does anyone find you, dude? What's the best means of contact to get a hold of Kris Battilana?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to that, and thanks for the compliments. It's all Facebook, really, for me. I don't really do much else. There's Bandcamp, but it's Christopher Battilana Music, Facebook, Christopher Battilana Music. Yeah, and the Raven Robot too. Just search for that. It should pop up. Yeah, I hope.
Hey, dude, just so you know, and so that all the guests know, tomorrow I'll write an article and I'll feature all the guests that's been on the show tonight, and I'll embed your Instagrams, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify if you have them, all of them, so you can all be forever linked. And all of you should share the show tomorrow and try and get each other fans. I can only do my part really with making the shows, and I'll promote this particular show at least once a month for life. So I'll help you promote this track. But help each other, you know, you will be friends for life after being on this show. Kris Battilana, until the next time. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
From Perth, Australia, over to LA, California. Return to the show for Reime Schemes. Brother, introduce yourself. Who is Reime Schemes? And tell us a little bit about your song, Body.
Yeah, Reime Schemes, I'm an Afro hip-hop artist where I mix the hip-hop with the Afrobeat fusion music. And this track Body, it's kind of like it was funny because I actually wrote this song while my first time on this show, where I was actually in Mallorca, Spain on tour. And I watched the reaction of how people was liking my music in Mallorca. So I ended up writing this song and adding a little bit of Latin vibe to it from my traditional Afro beats. So it's pretty much a song, it's a party vibe, just was created in Mallorca while I was partying. And just want to present it to everyone today.
Hey, Reime, you're absolutely wonderful, dude. You're such a lover. Look at that big smile he's got there. Look, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, ladies and gentlemen. Reime Schemes featuring Maddox. The song's called Body. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Maddox, yeah.
Bubba made it.
I got that feeling, and I got the melody. They feel me, sina mapenzi ya kufoji. Wanataka picha, go can follow. Steam kwenye kichwa, pasi ya ugolo. Lelele ush, Mr. Polo. Ukileta uzush, na ku-unfollow. Baby, I'm not shaking nobody. Mina litaka nobody. Baby, I'm not shaking nobody. Mina litaka nobody.
Yeah, I'm dressing all black, so I'm about to hit the dance floor. I'm up in the club, she asked me what I dance for, or what it hit for. You know I bet on black, it's like Vegas, got my game intact. Ride with me, I know you heard about my past. I'm international, I change up your forecast, cause we can travel around the world and back. Always hustle on my own, never roam in packs. You know how I do, the hunt is always greater than the kill. But you're next to me, so your body is what I feel. But I'm still here, with the same plan and the same mission. And I ain't going nowhere, because his vibe is different. You riding with me, we ride side by side like twin vests. So come through if you feel that, but I know you feel that. So why don't you take my number, we can run it right back.
Wanataka picha, go can follow. Steam kwenye kichwa, pasi ya ugolo. Lelele ush, Mr. Polo. Ukileta uzush, na ku-unfollow. Baby, I'm not shaking nobody. Mina litaka nobody. Baby, I'm not shaking nobody. Mina litaka nobody.
Body by Reime Scheme featuring Mado, not Maddox. I'm sorry to your friend, I missed it. Brilliant track, brother. Honestly, I mean, like, you're going to be one of my main faces in the rap and hip hop shows for sure. Absolutely. So let's see what Kimbo's got to say. Then our final guest of the evening, Grymehead over in Missouri. So Kimbo, then Grymehead, and I'll load up your song there, Gryme.
I think you really found your own niche. I mean, I really do. And, you know, in a world where a lot of stuff just sounds the same, you found a spot, and that Latin Afro beat was just amazingly good. Okay. I mean, that set the stage for everything. So yeah, I enjoyed it totally. I mean, seriously, man, I party with you. Where's the pina colada? Let's go sit by the water. You know, that's exactly what's going through my head. You know, this is great. So I think it was wonderful. Nice job, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well said, Kimbo. And Reime, Keltash Music, reach out, all of you reach out to Keltash Music. He'll probably reach out to you first, but we're partners. He's got a promotion company over in Florida, and he helps artists for free. He's got mega radio connections, and he's not called Whitebeard for nothing. We've had the Greenbeard and Redbeard for a while. He came on to the show on Tuesday. He named himself Whitebeard. I said, that's it. You have to be on my show from now on, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well said, brother. Grymehead in Missouri, what was your thoughts there on Reime Schemes before we get to your chat?
I really liked it. That beat that you're talking about, that was definitely pretty cool. It's something that you don't typically here as far as, you know, your mainstream, it seems like, at least where I'm at. So hearing something different is going to stand out, and it's going to definitely take you out of the crowd, you know. It's going to put you on the forefront on that.
Oh man, thank you. Yeah, it's just it's the traveling and just learning like being on this show, I learned so much today. Just learning from different musicians and hearing sounds where you're like, well, I can incorporate that later on. So I guess it's the music community that helps us develop those things.
Hey,
yeah, most
let's
definitely.
face it, right? See, unless you're born into a certain family with a certain name, you're not allowed to make it in this world. If you're not, dare I say it, if you're not part of the secret societies that run and control everything, your music will never get out there. If you've got any type of positive message, your music's barred, it's blacklisted. So that's why I'm dedicating my life to trying to build a rival to the mainstream music, and it's going to take me a while, but I'll get there, I'm telling you. And songs like this, you know, Rhyme Schemes, you're amazing, bro. How does anyone find you? Any new fans or anything?
Yeah, definitely. Rhyme Schemes everywhere. REIME SCHEMES. And I actually released a promotional video for Body as well. I shot in Miami, Florida. So be interested to check that out. A little bit of eye candy for the band.
Hey, bro, the link that you sent me only was a minute clip. So I didn't want to just play a minute song. So that's why I played that one. I don't know if there's a mix up if you tried to send me the right video or whatever, but the one you sent me was a minute long and I didn't want to just feature a minute song. So I went and found the full version. But bro, until the next time, Rhyme Schemes, everyone. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
I'll see a lot more of this, man. So from California to Missouri for the final track of the evening. Grymehead, could you introduce yourself as an artist and tell me the story behind your song, Cocaine and Whiskey?
Yeah, so my name's Garrett Berry. We're based outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been playing with Grymehead just actually fairly recently. Me and the bass player, we were in another band, and we joined up with them actually just earlier this year. This is one of the first songs that we wrote as this incarnation of the band, and it's pretty much about just past experiences with people and a lot of addiction and struggling and getting over that and becoming better, you know, on the outcome of that.
Hey, brother, hats off to you. And, you know, and there's many people out there that struggle with addictions. Some people are like known drug addicts with the illegal drugs, and many people are prescribed drugs and they become addicts. And it's a pandemic in the world, big time, you know. And while the people that smoke a joint, they get called, look, that's okay. There's no pandemic with anybody that smokes weed. That's just all propaganda, you know. But there is real problems out there, and to get over them is a mighty strong thing for anybody that does. So let's hear the final track of the evening. It's a wonderful track. It's called Cocaine and Whiskey by Grymehead. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
She was a midnight shopper, getting high on her poppers. She was someone's lost daughter, like the movies or on the TV. She thought nothing could stop her, and then she had her own daughter. She don't want to be a number, like the movies or on the TV. Don't want the cocaine, don't want the whiskey, don't need to party like that no more. Don't need the addiction, don't need the condition, don't need to party like that no more. Just wants to get better, and that's how we met her. She was someone's lost daughter, like the movies or on the TV. She wrote herself a letter to read 30 days later.
And when she read that letter, this is what she said to herself. Don't want the cocaine, don't want the whiskey, don't need to party like that no more. Don't need the addiction, don't need the condition, no need to party like that no more. Don't want the cocaine, don't want the whiskey, no need to party like that no more. Don't need the addiction, don't need the condition, no need to party like that no more. She wrote herself that letter, and she still has that letter. No longer someone's lost daughter, like the movies or on the TV.
Grymehead, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, fantastic. What a great reason to write a song, because people with addictions, you know, some people are like selfish fools, but a lot of people are they just get trapped by mistake and they end up with an addiction and they don't know how they got there. And, you know, I would say it's more an illness than a crime, you know, isn't it? You know, so let's help these people. Kimbo, what's your thoughts? And then Randie, because you were the first guest, you've not actually left a review yet. So Kimbo, then Randie, then that's been a wonderful show. Kimbo?
Well, the song doesn't pull any punches. And I think what it kind of zeroed in on is that point in between recovery and being addicted, you know, where you get to that point in the middle and then what? Writing the letter. That's, you know, that's just perfect. And then being able to look at it later. We probably all know someone who's addicted. You can be addicted to anything, you know, and I think about the situation with pain and painkillers and how people have become addicted worldwide because of that to other harder things. So I think it's a very important message. And again, great storytelling. I love the stop and go, you know, exclamation with the guitar, you know, and then start it up again, you know, to go to the next phrase. I mean, I thought that was very well done. Very well done. Thank you.
Well said, man. And just before Randie, you go, you know, I'll be honest, Kimbo, because you were in the show tonight, I said to Grymehead, I said, I've got quite a powerful man in Florida coming over. I says, do you have another track? Just simply because the name of cocaine in it. And he says, no, I'm so proud of this song. He says, I've got a good message in it. And he said, if you don't want to have me, that's fine. I said, no. I said, let's go for it. The song is brilliant. You know, I don't like to promote any drugs, but this isn't promoting drugs. This is, you know, what a brilliant track, brother, honestly. Grymehead, what's your name, by the way? We can't keep calling you Grymehead. What's your first name?
My name's Garrett Berry.
Gary.
Yeah, I do the lead guitar work on the album.
Nice one, brother. Nice one.
Yeah,
So we'll call
thank
you
you.
Gary for the last minute of the show. We'll call
Hey,
you
that's
Gary.
fine. I
Hey, the
get
lovely.
called Gary, Garrett.
Hey, you can call me Susan if it makes you happy. Hey, Randie O'Neill, over in Pennsylvania. Final compliment of the evening. What was your thoughts there on Gary's track?
Well, interesting enough, I've been an adolescent addiction counselor for a billion years, it seems like. And I've been in a lot of song contests for addiction, and it's really hard to find the right note, really. Do you be real sympathetic? And this song just hits it right on the head and calls it what it is and kind of walks you through the process. And there is a letter writing process in the whole thing. So I kind of appreciated that kind of straightforward, straight ahead approach. And again, there was a lot of texture to it, you know, the way the transitions worked. So again, it was well done.
Well said, Dan. Well said. So Gary, how does everyone find Grymehead? It's quite a unique name. You probably find them with just searching it. But if you've got a website or anything, just hit us up here.
Yeah, mostly our media platform. We've been pretty much sticking with just Facebook for right now. We're working on getting a YouTube page set up whenever we can get some videos lined up, and that's really about it for right now. Mostly, we're pretty grassroots as far as the social media. We like to, you know, pretty stay local and play out around the area and get our word out that way.
Do you know something? Before I started this music, I turned my Facebook off for 3 years because it's not good for you. See if you find yourself being a nosy bugger. What's everyone up to? What are you doing with your life? Nothing. So but see, if you've got a platform like this, you can use social media to benefit yourself. So social media can be a bad thing, but if you're a musician trying to make it, you need to be on Spotify, you need to have a website, you need to have all of these through time. If no one else can, I can help you with that. Gary and Grymehead, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being a wonderful guest. So this is the part of the show where we have to end it. First of all, I stop the Facebook live. So I say, bye-bye, Facebook. We don't care about you. I hope Elon Musk beats you up, Mark Zuckerberg, when he's meeting the UFC. That's a fight that's happening in the UFC. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. I hope you get it, Zuckerberg. Your platforms. I'm sorry, I just done that right live on Facebook. But now I want to end my main show with the world peace sign, because I get everyone at the end of my shows, if they can. We all want world peace. So maybe if a couple of million people come on my shows and do this, we might get it. 1, 2, 3. You two, Kris, Battilana. Let's go then, gentlemen.